What's up? Jay Remy here, host of No Outlet Live. Are you considering or curious about how you can start your own podcast? Join Anchor. Anchor has everything you need to make a podcast for free. Monetize your podcast, one-click distribution, record from anywhere on the app, and they have unlimited free hosting. Download Anchor on the App Store or Google Play. Anchor, podcasting made easy.
The hottest DJ.
Buddy Addison's here to make sweet, sweet love to your ears whenever the fuck I feel like it. Tune in to CBW and maybe if you're lucky, I'll be on.
Or just invite me over for a good time.
Have you ever wondered where to get the hands-on training to be on the radio or even on the news? Ohio Media School. Take the quiz online on the website beonair.com to see if media broadcasting is the right field for you. Learn by doing is the school style. We know there is no substitute for operating the tools of broadcasting under the direction of broadcast professionals. The classes and studio sessions are run with the same professional informality that is found throughout the broadcast industry. Ohio Media School, 216-503-5900, or visit the campus at 9885 Rockside Road, Independence, Ohio. Ohio Media School, where broadcasting dreams become reality. 96% of adults go to work hungover the day after a holiday party. New Year's has the worst statistics, with almost 58% of highway deaths being alcohol-related. 40% of highway deaths during the holidays are alcohol-related. This holiday, stay home, stay at a friend's or a family's house. Be safe this holiday season. Don't drink and drive.
COVID-19 is spreading profusely. There are hundreds, even thousands of cases occurring each and every day. Here are some ways you can help stop the spread of this devastating virus. First, avoid sharing food and drink with others, even family members. Wear a mask to protect each other, and cover your coughs and sneezes with a tissue. With the holidays being right around the corner, we all want to stay safe so we're able to stop this awful disease so we have a better 2021.
No Outlet Live.
Welcome to No Outlet Live. the show that you hate the most, the one that's been downloaded 100,000 times in other countries.
And we'd love to get up to that number in this country.
Yes, we really would.
We have nothing against the people of Norway, Denmark, or Kyrgyzstan, but they're not our target audience. But we are open to sponsors from there.
I was going to say, I don't have nothing against it. If they want to bring us the...
We still want payment in American currency, though.
I'll take it in any currency.
Yeah, you're right, as long as it's convertible, although we wouldn't object to, diamonds, guns,
I'll go to the casino and just gamble, the foreign money.
We will go to the casino and gamble foreign money.
Have you ever been to the casino and gambled?
No. I'd enjoy it either too much or not at all.
That's usually the case, and it's a visit-by-visit kind of thing.
Yeah, you know what the two things are conspicuously absent in casinos?
What is
or rather,
that?
inconspicuously, unless you know. Windows and clocks.
Windows and clocks. That's how they tend to lock your ass in there and get all your money.
It's not so much a confinement measure as
It's a mind game.
a psychological trick, because that way you're less likely to notice the passage of time. It's like, remember that Simpsons where Mr. Burns built a casino and Marge got hooked? Don't! Yeah, she's at the slot machine and Smithers walks up to her accompanied by two rather large men. Ma'am, don't you think you've had enough? No! She's like, no, just checking. We're legally required to ask every 75 hours. Get her another free drink.
I tend to go to the casino and have a problem with losing all my money. I will win a bunch of money and then I pay it all right back to the casino.
Well, as Homer would say, you've been attacked by the monster called Gambler.
Yeah, Gambler gets me almost every visit. The last time I went, though, I did win like $280.
I also recommend not putting slot jockey on your resume.
I I think I want to now.
Also, card shark is not considered marketable job experience. Not in the legitimate employment world, anyway.
Anyways, this is No Outlet Live, brought to you by Guardian Roadside Solutions and Flat House Press. Guardian Roadside Solutions offers auto detailing, so give them a call at 440-833-6000, and they also can meet you if you're stuck on the side of the road and help you get back on the road. Flat House Press, if you go to their website until the end of the year, you will get 15% off if you put in promo code NOOUTLET. It's at the bottom of the screen. You'll get 15% off of your purchase. I actually just used that myself for some Christmas shopping.
Wow, that sounds like a gift that only the insane and depraved would want to unwrap.
Aren't you wearing a Flat House Press gift? Yeah, it was a gift to you from Flat House Press. Aren't you wearing one now?
Yes, but it's one of their more conservative offerings. Their more typical fare includes things like the Call Me Uncle t-shirt that you can see behind me, which depicts Uncle Sam performing a sex act of some sort on Lady Liberty.
Yeah, I love that shirt. That's probably my favorite shirt in their collection.
Honestly, I'm surprised you only have one, and I have a feeling Danielle is the main reason you don't wear it more often.
I have two.
Either way, that's still a lower number than I would expect.
You think I would have like 150 of them?
Not that high. I mean, I doubt you'll have as much of it as I have Under Armour. Yeah, okay, that was also a shameless ploy to drop the words Under Armour, just, buzzwords, Squid Games, IKEA.
Speaking of
what else
Squid
is popular
Games,
right now?
So Squid Game, I tried to not watch that for a long time because it was too popular. It was all over in the news and people that are into entertainment.
I have tried and succeeded.
I binge watched the whole thing in one sitting.
But there's only one season of it.
It's one season, but that was I sat and watched that for hours and hours and hours.
Yeah, I wonder if Netflix, they had this thing once a couple of years ago where if you watched like 3 or 4 consecutive episodes of any one show, they had these PSAs with the stars of some of their original programming. The only show I can remember in particular is Orange is the New Black, where they'd be like, "Are you sure you're okay? We highly recommend you get up and go for a walk, and if you have a dog, that dog probably wants some attention from you right now."
You know, it's weird. There's only certain shows that really grab me and pull me in. Like Squid Game got me. I mean, that show was so good. I mean, remarkably good. And I like how they ended it open-ended. It looks like there's going to be a second season.
There's even a term for that on TV tropes. It's called sequel hook. My favorite is you remember Batman Begins?
Yes.
Okay, remember at the end Commissioner Gordon was showing Batman a sealed evidence bag with a Joker playing card in it.
The Joker playing card. Oh, right. I do remember that.
Yeah. That was like a pretty good setup to be basically like, hey, the Joker's going to be the main bad guy in the next one.
And then that's when Jim Carrey was the Joker, right?
No, Heath Ledger. Jim Carrey played the Riddler in the 1995 Batman Forever.
Oh, I confused them too. So Batman Begins is the one before the Heath Ledger Batman?
It was the first in the 3 of the Nolan trilogy with Christian Bale. Batman Begins is based on Bruce Wayne traveling and learning all the skills, and then his initial time on the job as Batman. Dark Knight is about the rise of the rise and fall of Joker and the rise and fall of Two-Face, and then Dark Knight Rises is about Bane taking over Gotham.
Man, you're really hip to all of them. I don't remember all of them like that, but I think the Heath Ledger one was the best by far.
Yeah, that's why Dark Knight Rises, I think, is not as well remembered as it would have been not held in as high regard as it would have been, because Dark Knight set the bar so high.
Yeah.
That there was no way that Dark Knight Rises could possibly live up to it. And you can't really fault... I guess that's a good problem for a film series to have. Or, I mean, were they supposed to be like, okay, guys, now this is the second out of 3. We got to dial down the quality a little bit so that we can pass ourselves next time. No.
Well, it's not a good thing if you want to continuously keep doing more movies of that whatever film that you're making.
Yeah, but Christopher Nolan, I think, had his mind made up the whole time that it was going to be 3, and I think the studios wanted a 4th, but he was like, no, I'm done, and that's probably a better way to go than...
Have we ever talked about real-life superheroes?
I don't think so.
Right now, I'm just spontaneously thinking this up. So there is a real superhero. Let me look this up real quick. So there's a superhero that was running around. He was all over the news. Give me 1 second.
Does he have a costume and a theme song?
Gadgets? He has a costume, and he has actually taken down criminals. Phoenix Jones. Okay, let me switch our everyone in to see this for themselves.
Okay, my very first thought on seeing just that thumbnail is of Shaq from the movie Steel.
I am not hip.
You're lucky. Let's just say, well, Shaq had to do all his own stunts for that movie because there were no stuntmen. Period.
Or a super problem.
The same size as him.
Real-life superheroes we introduced you to in November are now stirring up trouble for Seattle police after becoming the victims of a violent crime Saturday night. KOMO 4's Luke Ducey talked to the self-appointed crusader, Phoenix Jones.
Phoenix Jones calls himself a crime fighter. He's the man who dresses up and patrols the streets at night.
I endanger my life with a reason and a purpose.
But a man held him at gunpoint Saturday night while another kicked him and broke his nose.
It's under my eye over here on this.
I can see your eye. It's all swollen. And now police say enough is enough. Someone's going to end up dead.
Don't insert yourself into those situations. If you see something, call 911.
I'm calling Phoenix Jones.
They're all swearing at each other and, like, about to fight.
Phoenix broke up a brawl. One of the guys turned on him.
And he starts swinging on me and trying to start an altercation with me.
So Phoenix called 911, put the guy in a hold, and waited for police to arrive. But seconds later, Phoenix says another guy pulled a gun.
As I'm still holding this guy down, and that's when
the second guy came up and said, I got a gun.
Yeah.
Phoenix claims it's no big deal, but what happened here the other day is exactly what police are afraid was going to happen.
They insert themselves into a potentially volatile situation, and then they end up being victimized as well.
He could be dead.
Maybe.
Police worry Phoenix's recent taste of fame pushes him to put himself in harm's way.
Hey.
After we went on patrol with Phoenix in November, he's appeared on Good Morning America. People in the streets stop him for autographs and photos. But Phoenix claims none of that motivates him.
You know, I train for these situations. I don't just come out willy-nilly and just run on the streets.
After looking down the barrel of a...
Phoenix Jones, a real-life superhero. So
okay, I want to know how he trains for those situations.
He actually is a mixed martial artist, and he recently, within the past couple of years, he was trying to get into a professional MMA fight.
How'd that go for him?
I can't remember. I haven't looked into Phoenix Jones in a while. Let me go back here. So he did get into a fight. I'm about to just play it. I ain't scared about the demonetization from YouTube or whatever.
That's not our main strategy for getting monetized anyway.
Let's see here. Phoenix Jones.
Jones, 27 years of age, 161.6. There you
Look
see
at this
reach.
guy.
And Young, 31 years of age, 5'11", just under 158 pounds, and a 76-inch reach. Remember, this is 3 rounds in a catch-weight bout.
Holy moly. I'm going to scroll to the end.
That's right, and this one's over.
Which one is
Phoenix
he?
Jones picks
He's
up
on
his
top.
first victory in the World Series of Fighting.
Oh, he's got an
just when that
armbar
was
he's working.
happening, reminded me of his loss at World Series of Fighting 20 to Emmanuel Wallow, where he let things just linger on, and this time it looked like he was determined.
He's going to choke him with his
to
legs,
end it
too.
in multiple ways. He was going armbar. He was choking
Wow.
out by the scissors.
Phoenix
And
Jones, dude.
Roberto
He's
Young had no other decision but
It's
to
like that
tap.
Xenia
And
Onatopp villain from that movie, James Bond movie, GoldenEye, except I'm not turned on. Yeah, big. Good for him. What does catch weight mean, anyway?
It's just some weight class that whatever fight league that was has for his weight class.
Okay. Yeah, I think they kind of... I don't know, I think that league kind of embellished itself because he's brand new at this, right, in this clip, right?
Yeah, that was 2021.
But he's fighting in the World Series.
Yeah, the World Series of MMA.
Yeah, you can see why I kind of have a little bit of a problem with calling it that, right?
Why is that?
Because, like, the World Series is normally, like, the big...
UFC.
No, I was thinking of Major League Baseball, the World Series of Poker.
Yeah, I thought World Series of Poker when I saw that.
Yeah, but, I mean, I was an obsessed baseball fan back when I was, like, from ages 9 to 12.
Well, I was asking you about if you had ever heard of real-life superheroes, because sometimes you think that I always think in my mind, like, we kind of do need, like, a superhero in real life. And one of these clips that I found for our show this week, I think we need a superhero in this situation.
Well,
Look at this. Look at this. Oh, my. Hold on. Not you, MGK. We don't want to see you, bud.
Yeah, it's funny. I kind of shake my head every time I hear that dude's name.
So, check this out. At the end of a basketball game...
It looks like University of Kansas.
You're supposed to get in lines,
and
you
shake
go
hands.
and you do your it's like a sportsman-like conduct kind of thing. You got to be a good sport. And apparently, this kid was not having it, dude. Bang! Bang! It looked like a nut shot, didn't it?
No!
That first one looks like a nut shot. Bow!
Oh, okay.
Bow!
I don't know. It looked kind of like he was punching in the stomach area, but it's hard to tell from this angle.
Oh, look at that. And that kid, like, lifted his knee right there to try to... He didn't expect that. He had 2 solid, quick rights. Is that kid gonna be a super villain in the future?
I doubt it.
Oh my God.
I mean,
just destroyed him.
I mean, was anyone close to him murdered? Was he wronged in some way? I'm going to have to know a little bit more about his motivation.
Yeah, we're going to have to dig into that story or something, because that was a very odd way to retaliate in the middle of your sportsmanlike conduct.
Wait, was that the end of the game or the beginning?
That's the end. You do that after the game's over.
Yeah, I'm wondering, maybe I don't know, maybe something happened during the game that he wanted revenge for. Maybe it's an off-the-court beef. We don't know.
Yeah, that's wild, though, ain't it?
Yeah, because you got to wonder how he's just... That had to be a thought-out decision, not I don't think that was a spur-of-the-moment thing.
Okay, so I found another potential future supervillain, okay, in real life. Let me...
We all know Jeff Bezos is one. I mean, you saw the headlines after he stepped down as president of Amazon. Bezos announces retirement, says he will spend new free time devoted to defeating Superman.
Is that what he said?
Well, no, it was a joke headline. But the dude does look like Lex Luthor. Come on.
Now check out this kid.
You looking at yourself crying in the mirror?
Shut the fuck up!
You looking at yourself crying in the mirror?
Shut the fuck up!
I don't know. I could see him as a supervillain's enforcer.
Yeah, he might be that little kid. He's dealing with some real internal issues to just stare at yourself with this face
also,
and cry.
That's why you gotta watch what you say around your kids, because they repeat everything.
But that kid knew what he was saying. Like, he truly felt
I'm not saying he didn't know. I'm just saying that's most likely where he heard it.
Yeah, he was taught somewhere.
Like, I once
looking
heard...
at yourself crying in the mirror?
Shut the fuck
I
up!
once heard a little girl at a restaurant go, "You're gonna give me a heart attack," and I'm like, that had to be something one of her parents or grandparents said.
Kids say funny stuff.
Yeah.
So you want to jump into one more?
Yeah. Or you ever seen Our Idiot Brother? The Paul Rudd comedy?
No, I think I tried to start that a couple of times, but I was never actually able to get through that movie.
Well, towards the end of it, you remember his nephew, where he's like, at the end, River, he's like, okay, I need you to go tell your mom and your aunt and your grandma something for me. And we cut the little kid going, go fuck yourselves. And I'm like, that's the thing with profanity. It works for comedy when it's coming either from a child or somebody you would never expect it from. Like on The Simpsons when Principal Skinner was like, up yours, children.
Yeah, I think curse words are the best when they come from very young children
or old people, like
super old people,
or like the ranting, or one of the parts of Blazing Saddles that I managed to get through when the new sheriff arrives. He's like, sure is a fine morning, ain't it, ma'am? And she says, up yours, and then a word I can't say out loud in any context, especially given this day and age. Let's just say it starts with the letter of the alphabet between the letter M and the letter O and ends with the letter R, and I am not spelling it out for you anymore.
Jeez. You're getting deep with it.
I was just indirectly referring to a movie quote.
We'll just say that's we'll say dangerous words.
Yes.
So I found another potential future supervillain. Tell me what you think about this kid, I'm sure a lot of people have already seen this video, but I can't get enough of it because I think this girl's going to live on with the memory of this very traumatic moment.
Disappear. I hate this. You have to be quiet, okay? Don't move, okay? Seriously, don't move.
She's doing a magic trick to make her sister disappear.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oh! Holy cow! This is a prank, right? Where'd she go? Holy cow!
I can't stop.
How on earth did you do that?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What did you do? Ava, where are you?
Where'd she go? Seriously, quit messing around. Where'd she go?
Ava, come sit down over here. Come sit down over here. Are you in here? Mom! Oh my gosh!
Dude, I can hear her.
Oh, come on.
Mom played it off.
Come sit down. Okay, see what's up. Oh my god!
So what happened right there is they had previously taken that picture with the sister with her arm out over her sister, but she wasn't there. So they took the picture where it was invisible looking, and then they showed it to her acting like they took the picture at that moment. And that's where she becomes a supervillain.
Yeah, you know.
The torture.
Okay, this girl's probably like Eric Cartman. There's that
yeah.
There was that one episode where Cartman was led to all the kids decided, except for Butters, who wasn't in on it, just started ignoring Cartman, and Cartman thought he was dead the whole time.
Yeah.
And then Craig's like, "Hey, I never realized ignoring him was an option. Hey, can we ignore him with you?" Or the early Simpsons episode where Bart and Rod Flanders played each other in mini golf, and Homer and Flanders made a bet that the father of the boy who didn't win had to mow the other one's lawn wearing his wife's best Sunday dress. And Bart and Rod just abandoned the contest before either of them could win, so both Homer and Ned had to do it, and then Lisa's like, "Why do I have a feeling one day I'll be describing this to a psychiatrist?" Yeah, that girl is... Or she might be, like, do the slow burn. You know the old expression, be nice to your children, they pick your nursing home?
Well, what I think they created was a super villain. Now, that's like how you end up with a girl Joker that's... she's gonna terrorize the city one day.
Or possibly... And, you know, I believe women are capable of doing anything a man can do. She might be, like, main villain level, like, Poison Ivy's had some of her own master schemes, or will she rise up as the protege of someone like Harley Quinn?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, DC, or... Yeah, I can't see her going Catwoman from this, though.
No, she's going to be a supervillain, and what's going to happen is that she's going to move to the city where Phoenix Jones lives, and she's going to...
Will they have an on-again, off-again relationship in their out-of-costume identities, or...?
Yeah, he's going to get her thrown in jail. She's going to have the city back her up and break her out of prison. That's when she locates all of the crime bosses in the city, and they all go up against Phoenix Jones in the new epic summer hit.
Or maybe she approaches them with an offer to kill Phoenix Jones.
Oh, right. They robbed a bank?
Yeah, in Dark Knight, that was how Joker got the mob's attention. As for Catwoman, everybody forgets her and Bruce Wayne
they used to get it on.
From time to time. I mean... Her Catwoman's ending in the single-player mode of Injustice, Gods Among Us. Selena Kyle does end up married to Bruce Wayne, but she finds it boring and says, "Screw it, I enjoy being a thief," and goes back to being Catwoman.
And also, screw anybody else that ain't fucking with No Outlet Live, the show that you could also find, you could watch us live 7 p.m. Eastern on Facebook. Other than that, you could find the video show on YouTube. The audio show is on Google Podcasts, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. You will be able to find us in a simple Google search, No Outlet Live, one word. We'll be right back with some news. You got any teasers for us?
64-cent Whopper.
You got my attention. We'll be right back after this.
Buddy Addison's here to make sweet, sweet love to your ears whenever the fuck I feel like it. Tune in to CBW and maybe if you're lucky, I'll be on.
Or just invite me over for a good time.
Have you ever wondered where to get the hands-on training to be on the radio or even on the news? Ohio Media School. Take the quiz online on the website beonair.com to see if media broadcasting is the right field for you. Learn by doing is the school's style. We know there is no substitute for operating the tools of broadcasting under the direction of broadcast professionals. The classes and studio sessions are run with the same professional informality that is found throughout the broadcast industry. Ohio Media School, 216-503-5900, or visit the campus at 9885 Rockside Road, Independence, Ohio. Ohio Media School, where broadcasting dreams become reality.
Are you looking to lose the freshman 15 or the quarantine 20? LA Fitness in Cuyahoga Falls might be just the place for you. With weights, swimming pools, basketball, racquetball, cycling, Zumba, and yoga. Work out with your friends or under the supervision of one of their many qualified trainers. Affordable rates available. Student discounts included. LA Fitness in Cuyahoga Falls in the Portage Crossing Development. Call 930-922-622-4111. Don't wait. Start your fitness journey now.
Are you looking for a place to have custom t-shirts made for your business? Well, we have the place for you. Flat House Press works with 100% eco-friendly materials for all of you conscious folks and can put out orders in a fraction of the time large-scale competitors do. They are a fun, locally grown Cleveland original clothing company. Go to flathousepress.com and check out the variety of party toys, headbands, and clothing in their catalog. 96% of adults go to work hungover the day after a holiday party. New Year's has the worst statistics, with almost 58% of highway deaths being alcohol-related. 40% of highway deaths during the holidays are alcohol-related. This holiday, stay home, stay at a friend's or a family's house. Be safe this holiday season. Don't drink and drive.
charge my phone.
No Outlet Live.
This is No Outlet Live, hosted by Jay Remy, your favorite host on the North Coast, accompanied by the Anton Arant, Anthony Miano, the legend himself.
That's right.
That is right. And you can find us on Google Podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Facebook. You can find us across the world at random websites like marijuanamelodies.com, which we didn't agree to, but we are there. All right?
Yes, and what is our official position on marijuana, since we're apparently associated with them now?
You know what? That's a good question. Let me bring down our theme music here. My position on marijuana is that if you are allowed to buy alcohol and there are bars, that's a huge industry throughout the country, brings in a lot of revenue and income, helps cities, it pays taxes. I think that we need to make that move with that substance.
I agree, and I gotta say, the marijuana industry, you people need to step up your lobbying game.
Well, they've always been trying. The thing is that it's a federal thing. It's starting to get to the point where it is going to legalize across the country recreationally.
Okay, but if they want to get up there in popularity with alcohol, they need to step up the marketing. I'm thinking, there's iconic alcohol mascots like Spuds, Mackenzie, the Budweiser.
Marijuana has Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, but I mean like fictional advertising icons. Like, Snoop Dogg wasn't created specifically to sell one particular product. Okay,
no,
he was.
Everything about weed, though, he does sell. I mean, he is the...
I know.
He is an icon of marijuana.
I know, but marijuana needs its own thing that is associated first and foremost with marijuana advertising, like the Budweiser Clydesdales.
Yeah, I get that. They do need like an animated mascot.
Or, yes, like think along the lines of Lucky, the mascot for Lucky Charms, the Trix Rabbit, Captain Crunch, Tony the Tiger. That kind of...
great.
Or yeah. I mean, or just picture they'd be like, I'm stoned.
Now, what would be a good mascot for marijuana?
Well, I'm thinking the predominant color should be... What color do you think I'm thinking?
Green.
Exactly. What?
But where did marijuana actually originate? Is there origination?
I think it's originally from somewhere in South America.
South America? Why do I feel like it? That's it's like an Arabic thing.
Maybe
because they were smoking the hashish is what they call it. They have hashish for thousands of years.
Is hashish the same thing as marijuana, or
yeah,
is it
it's like a concentrate. It's like marijuana concentrate. They concentrate it into like little bricks of super weed smoke, and they used to smoke it in hookah.
Okay, I'm thinking the name of this marijuana mascot should be something like, if they want to make it male, Buddy.
Oh, Buddy, the weed mascot.
Yeah, or some play on the word bud, buddy, and if they want to make it female, there's only one way to go.
Well, they actually should, because the marijuana that everyone smokes, marijuana comes in a male plant and a female plant, and the female one is what everybody indulges in.
Well, I was specifically alluding to the popular slang term Mary Jane.
That might be the reason for the name Mary Jane. Or it might
just be Anglis. I'm sure the word marijuana itself has to come from a foreign word. And so Mary Jane is probably just the anglicized version of that word.
Marijuana does sound Spanish.
Yeah, and please, I'm not bagging on any other culture or language. I'm just saying I don't know where that word comes from.
So let me jump into another question I have for you. I have a lot of friends that are military veterans. I have a lot of family that was in the military. When you're in boot camp, was a lot of your instructors and the people that are ranked higher than you, they have a way of speaking, right, where they're right to the point. That's one thing I love about military people. They're to the point and they don't hold back. They tell you exactly what needs to be said.
Well, if they were to the point, that would actually mean holding back a lot more, because especially drill sergeants, they tend to speak with a lot of hyperbole. Like,
hyperbole?
Exaggeration.
Okay, right.
I had my senior drill sergeant in AIT, Drill Sergeant Owens. Let's just say one of the few reasons I'm happy I was never deployed was because it meant that I proved him wrong. Because he was telling us the whole time.
That didn't go over well, did it?
What?
Proving instructor wrong?
Well, this was one of the things that it didn't become official until years after I had last seen him. Because, now bear in mind, I was under his charge back in summer of 2005. So he was talking...
Oh man, I was 15.
Yeah, he was talking to us like, you've all seen the Vietnam movies where they tell you, you're going to Vietnam, right? Well, you all are going to Iraq. Every unit you could go to is either in Iraq right now, getting ready to go, or just got back. And he was always talking about... let's just say, when I'm hitting the bag, or whenever I'm doing something, and if I'm not quite satisfied with how I did it, I have memories of him where sometimes I'll just say, like right now, fuck you, Drill Sergeant Owens. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Well, you're starting to ant rant away from the
yeah,
topic
so
of
back to the point. Yeah.
When you were being instructed and doing your training, there was a lot of like tough guy-esque stuff that was the way to train you is they beat it into you.
They're not allowed to beat you anymore, not officially.
Well, yeah, not beat you, but verbally assault you.
Yeah, I mean there's limitations on what they can do there. Like
I brought this up because I found this video and I want to know, in your opinion, what are these people getting prepared for? Now, I can't remember. I did watch this earlier. I can't remember if they say in this video what they're preparing for, but they're preparing for something, being instructed. Let me get to this over here. This is good. I think everybody's going to really enjoy this. Let me pause it.
Reach underneath. Bring it right next to your neck.
Is that where you were fucking told to hold this? Down there by your fucking belt, dickhead? Is that where you were fucking told?
Now this is where the part that's gonna daggone show when you're gonna daggone where you're standing at. Now flip your collars down. Aye, sir. Aye, sir. What the fuck did you do, stupid ass?
So, what would how many instances do you need your tie on?
Underneath.
Well, if you're wearing a uniform that has your tie.
Bring it right next to your neck.
Oh, right. So they're just dressing up for like any ceremony.
Is that where you were fucking told?
Now this is where the part.
Well, okay, the guy with
show when you're gonna.
Okay, the guy with the red shirt on.
Yeah.
He's
obviously a commander.
No, he's not a commander. A commander will be an officer. He's training new recruits. He's a non-commissioned officer. The guys with the hat on, with the round hat on, are definitely drill instructors.
Now, this guy in the red shirt, I would never say this to his face because in his world, I am the biggest pussy in the world. But he sounds fairly retarded right here.
Where you're standing at.
Flip your
collars down.
With the dang, he sounds like Boom Howard.
Well, I suspect the heat at Paris Island probably impairs most people's brains.
Oh, right. And you're running nonstop, but listen to him.
Show when you're gonna daggone where you're standing at.
Well, I gotta tell you, man, you're gonna learn how to tie that tie because we're gonna have a formal inspection. Yeah, he does sound a little bit like Boom Howard.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, those Marines.
But this guy over here, you were saying, this is the real deal.
That guy, okay,
the one that called the guy a dickhead.
That guy is Well, no, both of them are the real deal. I'm just saying the one with the hat, I know, is definitely a drill instructor.
Okay.
The guy in the red shirt has to be a non-commissioned officer. I just don't know if he's a drill instructor or not. He might just be... there are NCOs, and most of the stuff you learn in basic training does not actually come from drill sergeants, in my experience. The drill sergeants mostly yell at you and get you from place to place. There's instructors that actually teach you things. There's a big difference.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, you get to...
And that's like when you go onto the shooting course, there's a different instructor there for that.
Yeah, different instructors. Now, the drill sergeants are still there to make sure you don't fuck up or do anything unsafe. But it's going to be a different NCO going, okay, privates, this is how we aim and fire the rifle. That kind of thing. Or my personal favorite, when we were getting the one lesson I ever had on the long-range scout surveillance system, which is basically this big, heavy laser rangefinder that goes on top of Humvees, the sergeant said, okay, privates, be careful where you're pointing this laser because it's potentially cancer-causing.
Oh, my God.
Of course, it doesn't matter with the enemy because if you're pointing it at them, they're about to die anyway.
Oh, my God. So it's like an X-ray. It just gives you cancer through the beam?
No, it's like... think like, the way those speed guns that cops have shoot a laser out that bounces off a passing car.
Right.
Basically, so this LRAS shoots an invisible laser at the enemy, and then it gets a signal back that gives you a 10-digit grid coordinate of where that enemy is. And to put it in context, a 4-digit grid coordinate will get you within 1,000 meters or 1 kilometer.
Okay.
Something. An 8-digit will get... A 6-digit will get you within 100. An 8-digit will get you within 10. And a 10-digit grid coordinate will get you within 1 meter. Basically, it's like... Basically, you can drop an artillery shell on an individual soldier if your coordinate is that accurate.
All right, so let's
that's another rambling rant. My bad.
You're all right. So we're gonna flip the subject over to. Are you into dancing? Have you ever studied on it or see all the different styles of dance that happened growing up?
No, I've done an occasional Zumba class that was mostly a failed attempt to meet women, and I haven't really danced there. I stumbled.
You was trying to meet a chick at a Zumba class?
And to my surprise, most of them were married. That was a total shock to the system, but mostly I would just...
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Mostly I would just stumble around in a manner that vaguely resembles dancing. Frankly, I thought I was going to get banned from the course. I thought the teacher would be like, okay, sir, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but you're a danger to yourself and others. I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
Dude, the money I would pay to see the video of you doing Zumba class.
Well, thanks to my gym's policies against filming, such video doesn't exist. Thank you, Sport of Fitness. Also, we are open to being sponsored by you as well.
Speaking of you going out looking for dates, in our last episode, I made some promises to you.
Okay.
I do believe that I found your first date.
Wow, that's like saying you found the quarterback that will lead the Cleveland Browns to a Super Bowl.
Oh, man. It's a self-consciousness.
It's a big promise.
So I found you somebody that's studying to become a veterinary technician.
Okay, sounds good so far.
Sounds like a very stand-up person, right?
Okay. Yeah.
On our next episode, you're going to meet.
Okay.
Unless anything, I have to make sure it's all scheduled correctly. But I'm going to set it up on our next episode. You will meet, and then you can go ahead and go forward with a date from the meeting, or you could turn her down on the show.
And yes, audience, we are shamelessly imitating The Bachelor.
Yeah, this is the Bachelor No Outlet Live.
Yeah, except unlike the one they have now, I actually am an underdog.
So let's do one more video before we go on to a break, and then we'll follow up after the break with the news. Let me switch us over here. This was the big dancing when I was a kid.
I think isn't that the Harlem Shake?
This is at the era of Harlem Shake. So this is crump. People used to crump back in like 2000, between 2000 and 2006. Crump was a huge South hip hop dance, and some kid is reimagining all of these dances. This used to be dancing. I don't want to play the music because I don't know if it's copywritten or not. But as you can see here, this is how they used to get down.
They're better at it than I'll ever be, but that's not exactly high praise. If anyone more knowledgeable about dancing is watching, please provide a professional evaluation. We would love to hear your expert opinion.
I have actually been working out a interview with somebody that is big into dancing, so I will save this into our...
remember the South Park episode called You Got F'd in the A, which was a parody of that movie You Got Served? And Randy gets served, and the doctor's like, well, mostly he got served here and here, but the worst serving was here in the pelvic region.
Said you got F'd in the A?
Yeah, I don't know why they called it that, but...
Because in Atlanta is where stuff like Crump that we were just watching, that's where it all originated.
And the boys assemble a dance crew to have a dance-off.
I remember that one now.
Orange County, and they win when Butters' tap dancing shoe flies off, breaks the lighting rig from the ceiling, and crushes the entire Orange County dance team.
Yeah, it kills them all.
Yeah, and then Butters is like, the last time I danced, I killed 9 people. And then Kyle's like, well, actually 10. One of the women in the audience was pregnant. Oh my God. And then 12 if you count the family members that killed themselves afterwards. And I'm like, you realize you're trying to recruit him, right?
Now, for this meetup that I have set up for next week, are you into dancing? Like, if that was the date that she wanted, would you be willing to go out dancing?
Ooh.
Could you crump?
No.
No crumping from you.
Let's just say a first date is the only situation where I would ever go dancing, because...
Now, is there a style of music that you would prefer if you were to dance?
I would be equally bad at all of them.
But there wouldn't be no, you wouldn't prefer anything?
No, let's just say me and dancing are not gonna go well. It would be like me and surgery, except less potential to kill somebody. Or possibly more, because with surgery, they're usually only operating one person at a time.
Man, Mr. Negativity over here.
What? No, this is an honest assessment of my abilities.
This is good. This is good. I can't wait for you to... I can't wait to have this next episode.
Actually, I think I'm getting them reversed. I'm actually more capable of saving someone from bleeding to death than I am dancing. Why? Because the Army taught me a little bit about how to do it.
The Army didn't teach you to dance?
They did not.
Hold on, let me get back into this video.
Although the military has never exactly been fiscally responsible, I can see them somehow making a case that teaching soldiers choreographed dancing would help us win a war.
Okay, so we got a little bit more time that I could play you one more video. Check out this guy on what looks to be some type of old television show.
Are we sure that's not a Saturday Night Live sketch?
I'm pretty sure, because the stuff this guy says, I don't imagine it being on there. Hold on, I'm having some technical difficulties over here. Jeez. All right. So this guy he has his own rant. He goes on.
Take a drink, every now and then I'll have a drink. And I will smoke a little red. I'll do some toot now. I'll do a little toot.
He'll do a little toot.
Somebody give it to me, offers it to me. I mean, you just, it sounds polite if you don't. So I do a little toot, somebody offers it to me. But if I will not, I'll repeat, I want y'all all know this right now, because I went down there to the restaurant and at treatment center. I will not freebase cocaine. It's no longer a part of my life. No,
it's no longer a part of his life.
I'll have a drink, and I'll smoke some reefer. I'll smoke a couple of doobies a day, just to get you through the day. And I'll do a little toot every now and then. Yeah, I'll get about a half a G, and just sit around and me and Sally, my girlfriend.
Okay, what the hell is a toot?
Okay,
just, for fun.
So a toot is that's an old school term for snorting cocaine.
I thought it meant flatulence.
No, he's he does a little toot every now and then. They say a tooter, and if you ever meet somebody with a gigantic pinky nail, that's his only giant nail, you're coming across a coke addict. I know this from previous experience. So this guy likes to do a little toot. He doesn't like tequila, but every now and then, maybe a couple times a month or a couple times a year.
This guy sounds a little bit like Boomhauer, too.
A little bit.
Except more coherent.
I've been finding some Boomhauers online.
And, every now and then. And I'll tell you what, though, about that drink, I won't drink any
And that
tequila.
guy looks like Mike Judge.
Now, I might have a drink, but I won't drink tequila, because last time I drank that tequila, I got wild on that stuff, and I beat up Sally, hit Sally, broke a car window out, and I won't do that anymore. But, that and freebase, and I will not freebase cocaine anymore.
He won't.
Now, I'll have a drink.
He won't freebase the cocaine. He'll do a toot, though.
A half ounce a week a reefer. I like to smoke reefer, and that's something I enjoy doing. But
this dude likes to party.
But I'll do a little toot. I'll do some
And that
toot.
dude in the bow tie is like keeping a remarkably straight face.
Well, we got 3 or 4 grams last week. Had a big party, and us partying is a different thing. I'll drink tequila about once or twice a year. About once or twice a year. Because I love Sally, and I don't like to beat her up. But about once or twice a year, I'll do the tequila. So for 363 days a year, she's safe. But I'll tell you what, them 2 days I do that tequila, I'll tell you what, you better look out, because I'm going to go upside that head.
Okay, the Sullivan Brothers comedy. Yeah.
Freebase cocaine. I will tell you right now, I'll have a drink, and I'll even drink some tequila. I'll tell you what, Sally, if you watch it right now, tomorrow I'm going to drink some, and you're going to get an ass whooping, woman.
What's crazy is that this guy, if he's an actor or he's a comedian, which I'm assuming so from that comedy hour tag they put in the center of the screen, this guy definitely nailed the cokehead speech pattern.
Or it's like they say about some of Gary Busey's movie performances, where like he wasn't actively he didn't know he was filming a movie. A camera crew just followed him around speaking normally.
Yeah, so
and that dude once snorted a line of coke off his dog.
I mean, who doesn't? I mean, if you don't snort a line of coke off your dog, do you love your dog?
Well, I mean, except it was an accident that the cocaine landed on the dog. He didn't intend to.
Well, you got to clean it out of his fur.
Oh yeah. I commend him for not letting something he paid for go to waste. Presumably, he paid for it and didn't steal it.
Yeah, it's hard to steal cocaine.
Yeah, well, technically, no one can steal it since it's illegal, and it's my understanding that for something to be stolen, it must legally belong to someone.
Like all these websites stealing our damn show.
Yeah, again, we're happy to work with you, but this arrangement isn't going to work.
This is NoOutletLive. We're about to go on to a break for a little bit, and we'll come back to you with the news, which Anthony teased earlier that there is some very cheap Burger King Whoppers coming out, and Burger King is like a staple in my life. My whole life, I've been a Burger King addict.
Dead air! Say something. Buzzwords. Under Armour. Squid Game.
No Outlet Live. Search us up, one word, on Google. You can find us on any of the platforms that you listen to podcasts. And we're on YouTube after the show is over. But you can only listen to us live or watch us live on Facebook. Just look us up, No Outlet Live. You see the logo in the corner, baby. And we'll be right back after this break.
The Education of Jazz, with your host, Hakeem H., bringing you the absolute best for your listening pleasure in America's only true art form of music. I'll be playing your favorites each day, everything from Duke, Coltrane, Julian Cannonball Adderley, to George Duke, Bob James, Kenny G, and so many more. We'll have guest artists to interview, locally and national artists, and even a live call-in from you, the audience. Tune in daily from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. to unwind your day for the Education of Jazz.
What's up? Jay Remy here, host of No Outlet Live. Are you considering or curious about how you can start your own podcast? Join Anchor. Anchor has everything you need to make a podcast for free. Monetize your podcast, one-click distribution, record from anywhere on the app, and they have unlimited free hosting. Download Anchor on the App Store or Google Play. Anchor, podcasting made easy.
We'll warn you right now, things may get a little fucked up and crazy. What's even worse is I had a kid come in, and I was shitting in the urinal, and he came in, and he's like, what the fuck are you doing? But if that's something you're into, then Mikes and Men is the show for you. The boys are going to cover it all without holding back. You're going to laugh, you're going to cry, and you could learn a thing or two. It's Mikes and Men, only on CBW.
No Outlet Live.
No Outlet Live, the best show in the Midwest, the best homegrown thing that you've heard nest into your ears and settle into your brain. You can find us anywhere that you listen to podcasts, YouTube. We need a little bit of love from each and every one of you. Make sure you shout us out wherever you're at. Share the show. Do whatever you gotta do. Get us where we should be. We're going to be upgrading the studio a little while in the future. We're coming up on 2022. Don't forget to email us at NoOutletLive@yahoo.com. And we have some news stories that we are about to be bringing to you from the man himself, the myth and the legend, the Don Perignon of podcasting, Anthony Miano.
Ooh, I like that honorific, and I'm going to put it on my future business cards.
The Don Perignon of podcasting?
Yes.
I like that, too. I just made it up.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, to the nation of Kyrgyzstan, I'm going to give you... We're inclined to be lenient with you for illegally downloading us, because you did produce the smoking hot MMA fighter Valentina Shevchenko, so, yeah, I'm inclined to be...
Is that your MMA crush?
Yeah, if I had to marry someone I'd never met before, I'd pick her.
Now, you know that Rose,
Namu, I do not...
It's so hard to say her last name, I know it.
I know, and the irony is that last name my first thought, if I heard that name out of context, would be she must be Asian. But as far as
Why would you think that? It sounds like more of a South American thing.
Okay, well, either way, I would never guess that she, as far as I can tell from looking at her, is completely white.
Yeah, I mean, she definitely is just some white chick. But when she had her hair, she was the Ultimate Fighter contest winner.
Then again, and if you remember the guy who played Superman on The New Adventures of Lois and Clark, Dean Cain.
Was he hot?
Well, most of the women thought so, but the point here is he is actually 3/8 Japanese.
Oh, yeah?
And I cannot tell from looking at him, but no, it turns out he had a Japanese father and an American mother, and whatever, the guy lucked out in the genetics department. Lucky bastard. Yeah. I'm 5'3", so I have what you might call short man syndrome anyway.
The Napoleon thing?
More like... Napoleon was actually average height for his time.
At the time, he was a normal-sized guy.
5'6", which was the average height for a European man. But he had a preference for taller bodyguards, and British propaganda deliberately depicted him as undersized. And the perception kind of stuck. Anyway, back to the main point before that train of thought derails. So
there is no point. There is only No Outlet Live.
There is no Dana. Only Zool.
There is no death. There is only Robert Poulsen.
Who?
Robert Poulsen.
Who is he?
Fight Club.
Oh, yeah, I've never actually seen that movie.
Oh my gosh, you never seen that?
But it's what you might... I'm familiar with it through cultural osmosis.
We're going to have to make a day out of that, and you're going to have to come by, and we're going to have to sit and watch it. I own that movie.
Yeah, I already know the twist. I know the ending. I know that the first rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club.
But you didn't know In Death We're All Robert Poulsen.
Yeah, okay, you got me on that one. Anyway.
Are you ready for the news?
Yeah,
No Outlet Live News with Anthony Miano.
What are we starting with here, Anthony?
Well, I'm afraid I'm going to have to burst the bubble of excitement that you were feeling when I first teased this story.
Oh my God. So what is to burst?
Okay, so in celebration of its 64th birthday, and I mean the Whopper's 64th birthday, not Burger King itself, they're going to be selling it for 37 cents.
Dude, I would buy 100 of them right now.
Yeah, well, there's just one little problem.
That they are not doing it in Cleveland, huh?
Well, no, that it was only yesterday, and today, and it's only available to the members of the chain's Royal Perks Rewards program.
Man, that's some bullshit. I ain't never heard of the Royal Perks Reward program.
It sounds like a speed. What do you call that thing? It's Speedway. It's Speedway where.
Yeah, it's like a rewards card, or how a lot of people in their local chain of supermarkets, they'll get the gas perks.
Yeah, exactly. It sounds like that. I gotta say, Burger King kind of dropped the ball on this one because
big time, because I would be flooding money their way right now.
Yeah, I didn't find out about this until yesterday.
I'm just finding out about it right now.
And that even then, this Royal Perks reward thing is, I'm gonna guess, not very well known, because I think the smart call here would have been to start hyping that last month. Like, start hyping the Royal Rewards Perks program.
Say that one more time.
Royal Rewards Perks, or RRP, or you could call it RIP.
RIP sounds good.
Which is ironically what most people do after consuming their product.
Rip some big ones.
Yeah, and then hype up this promotion. I gotta say, it's kind of like that movie we talked about last week, The Last Duel.
Oh, right.
Yeah, the marketing was terrible. And now, granted, Burger King didn't have well-known Hollywood movie stars attached to this, although they could have easily hired some, like when they hired David Beckham to pitch their smoothies. There's that one ad where he goes into a Burger King, says, "I'd like a strawberry and banana smoothie, please," and the young female cashier is, of course, so starstruck that she can't hear a word he's saying, and then her old, balding male boss walks over and says, "Can I help you?" Beckham cheerfully repeats his order, and then has the same effect on her boss. Of course, the irony is that, yep,
exciting things are happening at
here
Burger
it is.
King.
Jay Remy's going to play it for you. Go ahead.
This looks good. I want Burger King so bad right now.
Also, we're open to being sponsored by them.
Exciting things are happening at Burger King.
Can I get one of those new strawberry and banana smoothies?
What did you say?
Hi, beautiful. May I please have a strawberry banana smoothie?
Megan.
Oh.
I'm sorry, David. We make them fresh every time with real fruit.
No problem, John.
The new real fruit smoothies and frappes. Come and get it.
Yeah, that's solid.
I know, it's otherwise unbelievable that Burger King ever had smoothies on its menu, and there's one other problem. At least at the time, David Beckham was in such great shape that any item on the Burger King menu would probably kill him.
Yeah, a lot of these entertainment people, they don't partake in none of that bullshit.
It depends on what kind of entertainment. Like, I can imagine Jack Black being a regular Burger King customer.
He definitely would be.
Because his living, he does not need to be physically fit at all. So for him...
But he is wildly energetic.
I know, but he doesn't have to look good. He doesn't have to be ripped. He doesn't have to have abs. None of the same expectations on him that David Beckham would have. You know what I'm saying?
If I blew up and was famous tomorrow, I would be a Burger King connoisseur. I would build one in my mansion.
Like Richie Rich, although, I don't know if it was one of Macaulay Culkin's movies.
It was a great movie.
Yeah, where he had his own McDonald's, and then, of course, the fat inventor guy's like walking away with this tray full of Big Macs. He's like, I'm doing an analysis of the secret sauce. And I'm like, dude, you could just be open about it.
So we can't get this Burger King deal for 63 cents when the burger
that's a McDonald's promotion.
Oh, that's McDonald's. So, hold on. Burger King first started selling the Whopper in 1957. Jim McLemore. Man, what a great guy.
Yeah.
What a great guy.
Yeah.
So you should have been able to get him for 37 cents, but you had to have the damn Royal Perks Rewards program. That is so shitty, man.
Yeah, they really did not do a good job of
Yeah, they
promoting
dropped
this.
the ball. They should have just...
Although, maybe they've been more conservative with their marketing after... I mean, not all of Burger King's promotions have been gold, like Sneak King. Have you heard of that?
What is a Sneak King?
They made a video game for Xbox starring the Burger King advertising icon where apparently he's a player control character and you have him stealing things, as far as I can tell.
Are you hip to the sandwiches at Burger King?
Back when I would eat stuff like that, yeah, I loved the Double Whopper.
The original chicken sandwich?
Right, like they
it's
were
kind of like a sub. It's like a long sandwich, and they have like this, it's a good sandwich. I order the original chicken sandwich made like a Whopper. So it gets all the onions and all the stuff that's put on a Whopper. I have to put it on the original chicken sandwich, and it is so, so good.
Well, if I were going to have a fast food chicken sandwich, I would not go to Burger King. My first choice, Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
And my second choice, Wendy's. It's like the unsung hero of the Wendy's menu, the spicy chicken sandwich.
It's incredible.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Now,
do you remember a couple years ago when there was a chicken sandwich war?
No, but...
That was a little while ago. So it was Chick-fil-A was going to war with Popeyes, and it was like such a social media dilemma that everybody was debating whether Popeyes had the best chicken sandwich. It comes with like the mayonnaise, the lettuce, the pickle, and I don't know. It was just like kind of both of them almost were the same, I thought. But that was like the huge thing. It was so viral to debate whether Popeyes or Chick-fil-A had the best chicken sandwich.
I don't think I've ever actually been to a Popeyes, maybe because...
Oh, Popeyes is so good.
Well, I think Chick-fil-A has better market penetration, because in the areas near where I live where there's a concentration of fast food restaurants, there isn't a Popeyes.
Have you heard of Church's Chicken?
I have. Oh, there is one recently opened in Chapel Hill, which is like right in Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio.
Church's is usually always in the hood.
Oh, it's funny. They've got a competitor now called Raising Cane.
Raising Cane? I've heard of Raising Cane's chicken.
Yeah, even before I started working with a nutritionist, which is about to end on Wednesday because I'm not rehiring him for another 6 months, before I started really watching what I eat and entering it into a fitness app and wearing a Fitbit, I made some what I call the easy changes to make diet-wise, which was I started staying away from Burger King, I stopped drinking regular soda, and I recommend treating pizza like alcohol. Fine to have occasionally, just don't have it alone.
I'll have it all day, every day, in my mouth.
Wow, I'm involuntarily mentally complying a list of other things you would say that about, and I usually see your nightmare fuel coming from a mile away. You managed to ambush me with this one. Good job.
So have you had Kim's Wings, Cleveland original?
Okay, is that like a local mom and pop?
Yeah, kind of. It's mainly hood. It's starting to branch out now. There was one in East Cleveland.
Okay.
They got the best chicken wings that you can buy.
Okay, when we start getting big enough to do like episodes live from other places, put that on the list.
We could just do it here. We'll get Kim's Wings at the start of next year.
Okay.
And then we could get your description on. I'm telling you, it's the best chicken wings I've ever had in my life. Kim's Wings.
Yeah, so I wonder if it'll be good enough that sometimes after a good enough meal, I'll feel like all is right with the world.
That's exactly how Kim's Wings feels.
Or even better, or sometimes I'll be like, now that was worthy of a last meal.
Yeah, exactly. If I was in like death row and they're like, "What's your last meal, son?" I'm gonna say Kim's Wings.
One guy at Sing Sing, actually, back when they had this was like 80 years ago, back when they still had the electric chair, tried to beat the electric chair by getting fat.
Do you think that would work?
No, it was documented that it did not work.
Because I've been working on getting fat.
Well, I don't think you're going to get as fat. I'll bring the book with me next week where I got this from, and it's only a couple paragraphs. I'll just read that story on air. So, yeah, that's one of the things we're going to cover next week. Remind me to bring the book called Catalog of Crime.
Catalog of Crime, I got you. So do you have another news story you want to jump into before we go into break?
Yeah, so maybe this was inspired... I guess we can call this my sequel to that story you sent. Well, actually, I don't know if this was... Yeah, what was that one? Was it me or you where a woman... where a DoorDash driver was caught taking a shit in a trash can in an apartment building lobby. Was that you or me?
That was definitely me.
Okay, well, consider this my version of that one, which is kind of underwhelming. CVS customer catches pharmacy employees' unsanitary behavior on camera.
Okay.
This is the final straw. And a woman named Jessica... And I apologize for...
Lacerina?
Lacerina. So we'll
Lacerina.
Yeah, so just to be... Just for the sake of simplicity, I'll refer to her as just Jessica. Apparently she observed a CVS pharmacy employee handling her medication with bare hands after tending the cash register and handling money from other customers. And I gotta say...
That is kind of gross.
I know, but only kinda. I gotta say, when I read the headline, I was expecting something worse.
I mean, don't they have like a sink back there in a pharmacy? I gotta think.
Or at the very least...
Or the CVS, maybe not.
Or at the very least, hand sanitizer.
Yeah, I mean, you have to assume that their hands are clean, but also that's normal people. I used to date a chick that was like one of them CVS prescription givers or what.
I think
whatever
they call them pharmacy technicians.
Yeah, a farm technician.
They're basically the pharmacist's assistants, like the way lawyers have paralegals, doctors have nurses, that kind of thing. Yeah, and
so she was dumping people's hand. Oh, we got a TikTok video of this, I think.
This woman just came from running the window register, straight to fill my medicine. This is the final straw, CVS.
Yeah, that's the final straw, CVS.
Yeah, apparently they'd gotten her medication wrong twice before.
And they got this girl just fondling it. Oh,
Figures
man.
You would have to make this sexual.
Well, it's it is really gross, because you don't know if this chick just took a shit before she went and handled your pills. That is kind of fucked up. She should have gloves on.
Yeah, or at least washed her hands immediately before. Yeah, I gotta say, though, this is nowhere near as bad as the DoorDash driver shitting in the trash can in the apartment lobby.
Okay, so there was a follow-up video that Jessica explained that she ended up mentioning the incident to the employee who rang it up, and they asked if somebody else could rebottle it. And then a different pharmacist ended up refilling the prescription with some cleanliness.
Yeah, I gotta say, I'd be surprised she'd accept the same pills that were handled with ungloved hands, because she's asked, what is rebottling it gonna do?
I mean,
after they've already been touched.
I'm wondering when this is a new story, right? When did this happen?
Thursday, December 2nd.
Yeah, so you would think after all this COVID craziness going on in our lives that everybody is trying to be like the best they can with being sanitary with stuff.
I don't know. I've heard an idea proposed that we need to retire the expression avoid it like the plague, given how little effort people put into actually avoiding the plague.
But is it a plague, though?
Of COVID? Well, I gotta say, in terms of pure numbers, COVID is nowhere near the plague.
Right, I mean, plagues kind of decimate full populations.
Actually, decimate is a very inaccurately used term. You know what the correct meaning is?
What is that?
To reduce by 1/10. And the bubonic plague, which is where the expression the plague is shorthand from, killed far more than 10%.
Yeah, it killed a huge portion of people. Wasn't that from the rats in England?
It was from rats that
feces in the streets.
Well, it was transmitted by rats, and they got around on merchant ships. I think they believe it originated somewhere in Asia, maybe the Middle East, and that's how it got around. But it killed about a third of the population of Europe.
Yeah, I mean that's like some king or what was his name, the Mongolian dude that conquered
Genghis Khan.
Genghis Khan. He took over most of the world, and didn't he kill
He killed enough people that the Earth's temperature dropped.
Yeah, and the weight of it reduced.
Yeah, I gotta say though, I hate that son of a bitch, and yet he's an example to me of humanity's tendency to exalt butchers. I'm not kidding. There is still a statue of him in Mongolia right now.
Mongolia is a beautiful place. I gotta find the video again
of
I had a video of a Mongolian that did an ancient song which they called throat singing. Hold on, maybe I can find this.
It's not going to be Mr. Kim from South Park, is it? The guy that owns
No.
City Walk. Damn Mongolians! You think because I'm Chinese I built a wall? Okay, I apologize for that bad accent.
Look, it was the first thing that came up on YouTube. So let me, yep, this is the video. Hold on, let me let everybody else see this. Now, this is amazing. This is a beautiful thing from Mongolia, and this is historically, ancient for
and those
them.
people are probably pretty chill about copyrights.
I hope so. I've never seen nobody sing like this. Now, watch how this dude gets down. Badass song with a guitar on 2 strings.
Sounds like something you hear in a movie.
Yeah. This is what they used to march into wars, I think, and do. Is Mongolian throat singing. That shit's kind of scary, ain't it? It's like beautiful and scary.
Yeah, it would be an excellent addition to a movie soundtrack.
It really would. And he's like playing this weird violin guitar thing. It's just got 2 strings. I mean, that's a badass instrument.
Looks very much like a mandolin. I have no idea what he's saying.
But the guy doesn't, his voice never matches his face. Ever.
That might be just poor video quality, we don't know.
It's not. Look, he's in the mountains of Mongolia. Oh, the chingles. I won 30-cent Whoppers. I don't have a Royal Perks rewards card.
Because Burger King did not promote.
Yeah, but this Mongolian throat singing, dude.
The only time I'd ever heard of Mongolian throat singing before this was on an episode of Frasier when the plot messed with Frasier's plans to go see a Mongolian throat singing performance. And they're like, oh, it's okay, Frazier, you'll just have to be back within 2 hours. And he's like, but that's when they're just getting warmed up.
We're just getting warmed up. This is No Outlet Live, brought to you by FlatHousePress.com and GuardianRoadsideSolutions.com. They are now offering vehicle detailing. So I know the inside of your car is getting a little musty, a little dusty. They will recover the inside of your car and make it as comfortable as when you first purchased it. Call them at 440-833-6000. Tell them that Jay Remy from No Outlet Live sent you, and we'll be right back after this break.
And I am offering an apology to the people of Mongolia. That is all.
We really want you to share our podcast.
I feel like an angel's glaring at me for laughing at that.
We'll be right back.
To make sweet, sweet love to your ears whenever the fuck I feel like it. Tune in to CBW and maybe if you're lucky, I'll be on.
Or just invite me over for a good time.
Have you ever wondered where to get the hands-on training to be on the radio or even on the news? Ohio Media School. Take the quiz online on the website beonair.com to see if media broadcasting is the right field for you. Learn by doing is the school's style. We know there is no substitute for operating the tools of broadcasting under the direction of broadcast professionals. The classes and studio sessions are run with the same professional informality that is found throughout the broadcast industry. Ohio Media School, 216-503-5900, or visit the campus at 9885 Rockside Road, Independence, Ohio. Ohio Media School, where broadcasting dreams become reality. 96% of adults go to work hungover the day after a holiday party. New Year's has the worst statistics, with almost 58% of highway deaths being alcohol-related. 40% of highway deaths during the holidays are alcohol-related. This holiday, stay home, stay at a friend's or a family's house. Be safe this holiday season. Don't drink and drive.
COVID-19 is spreading profusely. There are hundreds, even thousands of cases occurring each and every day. Here are some ways you can help stop the spread of this devastating virus. First, avoid sharing food and drink with others, even family members. Wear a mask to protect each other, and cover your coughs and sneezes with a tissue. With the holidays being right around the corner, we all want to stay safe so we're able to stop this awful disease so we have a better 2021.
No Outlet Live.
This is No Outlet Live. We just hit you with some great Burger King stories, some Mongolian throat singing, but I wanted to let you know that I have been working on one of our good friends, a friend of the show's first album, and I wanted to play you guys one of the tunes from it that you can find right now. It's gonna spread out to more platforms in the the coming future. And Sean Bayhoff, he's been coming over and doing his album. So let me minimize this. Let me find this for you. Now, let me think. What's one of my favorite songs from this that he's done? Are you excited about this, Anthony?
This is the first I'm hearing of it.
Yeah, so I've been working on this for a couple of months for Sean Bayhoff, the one that did the blind taste test challenge on episode 8 with us. He's been working on his album. Here goes one of the songs from it.
I finished my cigarette as we head out from the bar. I count the number of mistakes made by my scars. Last leaf falls and no one notices. Fleeting love dies with the lotuses. I tend to get so homesick that it hurts. Yeah, I love this place, but it's the fucking worst. If home is where the heart is, then this home needs some repairs. Rip the walls and strip the floors completely bare. Because people are piranhas. We fiend for flesh and hearts. When someone sinks their teeth deep inside of you, they'll tear you apart. It's sink or swim, so do your best to stay afloat. Cling to your dream, hold on to your hope. Because people are piranhas, we fiend for flesh and hearts. When someone sinks their teeth deep inside you, they'll tear you apart.
What'd you think about that, Ant?
It reminds me of that mid-2000s alt-rock that was popular. Like, he sounded kind of somewhere in between, like, kind of with the comedic tone of Blink-182, but with a little bit of the, vocally, he sounds like the guy from Alien Ant Farm.
Yeah, a little bit. I didn't think about it that way.
Alien Ant Farm, aka they're best known for the cover of
Michael Jackson
of Smooth Criminal.
Yep. Dum dum. Bum bum.
Basically, like a much louder, raspier version of Smooth Criminal, which I heard before I heard the original. Yeah, I know it's funny how that one worked, but go figure.
Yeah.
But then when I saw the video for the original Smooth Criminal, I'm like, forget Thriller. This is one of Michael Jackson's best works ever, with that white 1930s style suit.
Michael Jackson was so good at music. I mean, that guy was unbelievable at it.
It's my understanding that music videos existed before him, of course, but he was one of the reasons they became an art form.
Yeah, he revolutionized it.
Yeah, especially with the way at the beginning of the video, he walks into the club, thumb flicks a quarter across the room into the jukebox, and then he does the dance with the anti-gravity lean.
We got a comment on Facebook that says social distortion vibes. They say kick ass, Sean.
Social distortion, I've heard. That sounds so familiar. Where have I heard that before?
It's like a older, late 90s, early 2000s band.
It was one of their songs on Guitar Hero.
Oh, I can guarantee it was.
Oh, yeah, I think they were referenced in that Sum 41 song, Fat Lip, weren't they?
Maybe, I can't remember.
You know, that's the one where the guy goes, I don't want to waste my time, become another casualty of society, and they're
I don't want to waste my time.
Yeah, it's funny, that lead singer has been called the live action version of Calvin from Calvin and Hobbes, because he's got the spiked hair and he would sometimes even wear a black and orange striped t-shirt. He was also once, actually they might be better remembered for their lead singer having dated Avril Lavigne. They kind of faded musically.
Yeah, so that was Sean Bayhoff, also going by his artist title, Nobody, and the album's name is Nothing. You can look up the album Nothing on SoundCloud at the moment. Next week we'll be getting that onto other platforms. We want to get it on YouTube. We're going to put it on Spotify somehow. Spotify's hard to work with when it's not podcasting. They really look for all the other stuff, but we will be reaching out through other platforms very soon here. You'll be able to get the album Nothing. Let's check out this other news story. You sent 2 more in. We have a massive snowstorm left dozens stranded in an IKEA. They slept on the display beds. This is by Washington Post. This guy looks super laid back right here, enjoying his IKEA bedroom for the night.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so apparently on Wednesday night, some customers and employees and some workers from the nearby toy store in the northern Denmark city of Aalborg were snowed in, and they spent the night in the IKEA store. Yeah, according to the Danish Weather Service, on the first day of December, they were hit with 20% of the normal amount of snow Denmark would get in an entire month.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
They got blasted with some snow.
Yeah, it was like the conditions I was driving home in after last week's show, only worse. You ever seen a car spin out of control from the left side of the interstate all the way to the right and bounce into a wall?
Well, I got a funny story about that.
Because that's exactly what I passed on Route 8 South last week.
Last week on Sunday, me and the family went out to see my sister and them. They held like a post-Thanksgiving dinner for NFL Sunday. And on the way out there, I was completely fine. Driving real good. My girlfriend freaks out in the passenger seat. She's like, you don't ever pay attention to the road. But I was completely perfect. It was a perfect drive. It was a little snowy on the ground and they don't plow out there. I get that. But I was like, okay, you're going to drive home then because I really don't want to hear this. I was getting irritated. And on the way back, she did that. She spun out on the highway. And then we drove for 3 hours doing 20 miles an hour in a 65.
Probably in total silence.
Very. I was like, I'm going to go to bed. After she spun out on the freeway.
Probably sleeping with one eye open.
I sleep with my mouth open.
Right. Again, you're giving me nightmares. I am picturing the angry look on Danielle's face right now.
She was terrified when she spun out on the freeway.
No, I'm picturing you had a facial expression that was like, I told you so. And she had a facial expression that said, don't you dare fucking say it.
Have you ever, like, leaned your arm on the door of a car and just had your hand like this?
No.
Well, I was posted like this with my elbow on the seal of the window while we were spinning out of control, just like...
Okay, just in case that happens. Okay, I know what I'm buying Danielle for Christmas.
Some chains for the tires, like the snow tires.
those would probably be more helpful than what I was thinking, which is a cattle prod.
Cattle prod to
like,
shock me with?
Yeah, Jeremy, wake up. What? Yeah, I'm awake. I have a feeling that you sound like the kind of guy that would inspire the old joke, I want to die peacefully in my sleep like my father did, and not screaming in terror like his 15 passengers.
Yeah, I would like to die peacefully in my sleep. That's why I think when I get really, really old and I'm approaching death's door, I think I'm just going to do myself in with the drugs. I think if I do
Which might be totally legal by then.
Yeah, but I'll just have them dose me up with like heroin, and then you go to sleep and die.
It's funny.
Peaceful way.
I understand in at least one European country, I think Switzerland, assisted suicide is totally legal.
Yeah, there's a couple of places where they allow that.
But you gotta sign, like, an encyclopedia worth of forms, which is understandable.
I think it's worth it. If, like, you're suffering through the end of your life, I would rather go out the good way, and that would be high as fuck. I mean, you...
Oh, I saw this one fake commercial once, and I've never been able to find anywhere since, for something called Die Like a Man Death Service.
Die like a man death service.
The voiceover's like, we'll send your family patriarch to the grave looking like a total badass.
Hell yeah, dude. That's what I'm looking for.
Our many dignified options include mob hit, whorehouse heart attack.
Yeah, dude.
Eaten by alligator. And...
Eaten by a bear.
That was probably on the list. And head smashed in by championship boxer. Wow, Grandpa sure is brave, skydiving without a parachute, and then it shows this guy literally, like, falls out of the sky screaming into his own grave. I hope there's a special spot in hell for Vince McMahon. Okay, not real. Okay, we need to discuss the sound effects. Yeah, I'm gonna need to have some input into which ones would actually be funny.
Let's
work Dr. Evil.
I could do it like, what about the opposite of dying like a badass? And like, they just have the tiniest person in the world cave my head in, and then have you on the side like...
Is that a midget or a child? Hey, that's another way. Like, you ever seen that remember that sitcom, The Good Place?
No.
Well, Kristen Bell stars, you might remember her from Veronica Mars. She arrives in the afterlife, and she's met by a representative played by Cheers star Ted Danson. He's like, oh, you don't remember how you died, do you? Well, you were at a local grocery store purchasing Lonely Gal Margarita Mix and a magazine entitled Celebrity Baby Plastic Surgery Disasters. And then you bent over to pick up your groceries after you dropped them in your parking lot, and a line of carts went out of control and ran you into the surrounding nearby street, and you were hit by a truck advertising an erectile dysfunction medication called Engorgulate. And one of the responding EMTs was an ex-boyfriend. And again, just watch the first episode of The Good Place. You'll see what I'm talking about. That dude doesn't look white. Yeah, again, we need to have a discussion of
bad timing.
I mean, good idea, bad execution here. Anyway, so
dough.
Yeah, yes, Homer. Dough. Oh, by the way, the word dough has actually been a real word for the last several years.
So you've been writing your book, and you're approaching publishing.
Yes, it's just a matter right now. I'm picking out a cover design. I need to select a size. I'm stuck between 5x8 and 6x9.
Now remind me exactly what is this book about?
It's called The Changing of the Gods, and Hades, god of the underworld, is fed up with everyone else's bad behavior, and he decides to do something about it. I can't say much more without giving away plot details, but let's just say one guy is going to get nailed to the wall with a sword.
Ooh, spoiler alert.
Oh, I'm not gonna... It would only be a spoiler if I said which guy, or which guy was thrusting the sword. Let's just say I have a lengthy trigger warning at the beginning.
Okay,
it says, the following story contains frank discussions of war, violence, PTSD, suicide, sexual assault.
This sounds like my kind of book.
Domestic violence, adultery, and child murder.
Whoa! This book covers a whole lot of my world.
Yeah, so there were a few sensitive topics that I don't think I covered. I don't think there's anything about abortion in there. And that was not by design. I didn't think, ooh, yeah, I better leave out that thing with abortion. No, that'd be too... I decided to just write a story. And
go into it, because them details, I feel like if you're going to write a book of this sort, that you need these kind of things to really capture your audience, to grab people in, because people, if you start moving on the subject of things that makes people emotional, that's what's going to make more people gravitate towards your book.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a short book, only about 43,000 words, but I went with the rule of make your story as long as you need to tell your story.
Now, do you have a projection date for when it may release?
Approximately 60 to 90 days from now.
Okay, so you're fairly going to be releasing this soon. I want to copy this book.
I will tell you and our listeners where to buy it. Especially the residents that are illegally downloading us in Kyrgyzstan, Norway, and those are the only two countries.
Yeah, get some of that foreign money.
Yeah, again, but please do not pay me in anything like crypto, NFTs.
Crypto? Why not take crypto?
Because the more I learn about it, the less that I know.
Yeah, but that actually may become like it's already a serious money.
Also, and to anybody doing business with us, please do not offer us anything we can only spend on the dark web.
I wouldn't mind using the dark web. I don't know how to access that. I've been looking into that a lot.
Oh, God. I'm going to start rehearsing my testimony for when the federal investigators show up at my door. I swear to God, I had no idea Jeremy was really doing that. I thought he was joking. There, I think
I'm
I've got my
definitely not
speech
joking, but I heard, I've been reading up on it, and it says that you need a special kind of browser.
Probably. I imagine this is... I imagine this thing is easy to access for people in the know, and...
But also what I read about it is that it's not all just illegal stuff. Like, there's, like, group forums for all kinds of random stuff, like baseball and shit like that. So there's many avenues of dark web. It's just not connected and being observed like Google and DuckDuckGo or wherever, Bing.
Did you ever watch that show Gotham?
I watched a little bit of Gotham.
Apparently, in this version of Gotham has gotten so bad that criminals go shopping for weapons at a place called the Merc, which I imagine is short for like Mercantile or Merchants Exchange, where they literally have like shelves of illegal weapons with like price tag signs and a voice on the PA calling for price check. And then the guy at the front register is like, okay, that'll be $200. And the guy that pulls out cash. And there's $100 surcharge for soiled bills. And like the bills are all covered in blood.
Yeah, you gotta wash them.
And there's like then there's like this box that says like AK-47s by the pound.
Thing that's weird about the dark web is that it's like taboo. It's something that like not many people know about or have access to, but it's very known that it's there. It's like the Matrix.
Or you ever seen that Bond movie, Tomorrow Never Dies?
I recently just watched the new Bond movie.
Oh yeah. At the pre-credit sequence in Tomorrow Never Dies, Bond is surveilling a terrorist arms bazaar, and that they're watching it back in MI6 headquarters. Let's see, that's a Chinese Long March Scud missile. The crates look like American rifles, Chilean mines, German explosives.
A scum missile.
Scud.
Scrum.
Scud. Fun for the whole family. And then That's one of my favorite action scenes in any Bond movie, where Bond gets in by, he walks up to a guard, lights a cigarette for him, the guy looks up, he punches him and says, "Filthy habit." Then then it turns out that the lighter is a grenade. But yeah, you saw No Time to Die. How did you like it?
I really liked No Time to Die. It was different than most of the Bond films. All the ones with this character. Who is the guy that plays
Daniel
Bond?
Craig.
Yeah, Daniel Craig. It was different than the rest of the films that he did as James Bond. And I really liked it. I mean, it was better than most Bond films, I think.
I was pleasantly surprised that, because I'd been hearing before this release was delayed, that Lashana Lynch's character was supposed to literally replace James Bond, and that it was, I heard all the usual right-wing hate words like feminist, woke, SJW, and in the movie, no. I mean, there's a little bit of professional rivalry, but...
What's really weird is that people are still debating who the new James Bond is going to be, but in that movie, there is a new 007. So I'm assuming that's the new 007.
Lashana Lynch's character,
Yeah, that's it.
I could see her maybe getting a spin-off, but I think the next James Bond, they're going to do what they've done like a continuity reset every time they've changed Bond actors.
What does that mean?
Basically, like there are certain characters that, besides Bond himself, that are going to be in all of them, like Q, Moneypenny, and M, but they've all been played by multiple actors each. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's kind of like how there's different versions of Batman, like
in Spider-Man, there's like a different universe and a bunch of characters.
Different continuity. Like the Batman in the Christopher Nolan Batman trilogy is not quite the same Batman as the one in the Arkham video games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's gonna be certain things that will never change. Like he lives in the Bruce Wayne split identity, the gadgets, the Batmobile, the Batcave. Some version of all that will be present, but some versions of Batman focus on him being brand new. The Ben Affleck version was all tired of it, seen it all, over the hill kind of Batman. So I think it's going to be a little what. Besides, the owners of the Bond IP have said, yeah, we're not even going to start thinking about who the next Bond is going to be until 2022. And yeah, I think it's best that they take their time.
One thing that we don't need to take our time with is calling it an end to today's show. This has been No Outlet Live, your favorite podcast from North Ohio, south of the Canadian border.
The most of the North Coast.
The one you love the most of the North Coast, Jay Remy, accompanied by Ant on a Rant, Anthony Miano.
Peace out, A-Town. I'm from Akron, so I can say A-Town.
Hey, A-Town.
With apologies.
Up.
Yeah, I stole that from Usher. The first words in that collabo he did with Ludacris and Lil Jon called "Yeah," except he was referring to Atlanta.
It's your grandma's favorite podcast. Shout out Sean Bayhoff. Don't forget to check us out on YouTube. We're on Google Podcasts, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. You can search us up in your Google search bar, one word, No Outlet Live. And don't forget to check out Guardian Roadside Solutions if you need your car to get detailed on the inside, outside, you're stuck on the side of the road. FlatHousePress.com. Go there and buy yourself get some Christmas presents for your friends or family. Use the promo code NOOUTLET and you can get 15% off. We'll be back next week and I will have a date for Anthony Miano. Yeah. Jay Remy here, host of No Outlet Live.
Are you considering or curious about how you could start your own podcast? Join Anchor. Anchor has everything you need to make a podcast for free. Monetize your podcast, one-click distribution, record from anywhere on the app, and they have unlimited free hosting. Download Anchor on the App Store or Google Play. Anchor, podcasting made easy.
No outlet, but I need to charge my phone.
No Outlet Live.